So yo critics, rated t.s.m, and welcome back to my channel. I have tried to make this video so many times that my voice is getting, rusty. But here we go for another time to try to do this. So I was originally going to make this a mukbang, but it's not that I have long since eaten the food. It's just that when I was originally going to make the video, the flies just kept trying to eat the sausage. I'll let you guys know why I chose sausage and chips for the mukbang later, but apparently the flies just knew it was a dead animal. So yeah, but I wanted to talk about my pre-Rona goal. My Rona goal regarding and slowly transitioning into being vegan. So, and why I'm doing this, and how I've been trying to do this, what my goals are, and talk about mukbangs a little bit. So, as for why, health and planet. Some people think it's stupid that I want to do this for the environment, and some people say that God gave us these animals, we have the right to eat them. But honestly, just look at 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Just because you can do what you want to do does not mean you should do it. Okay, that goes with anything in life. Yeah, I can gorge myself on meat, but I should not, right? Or I can eat meat, but that doesn't mean that I should. So that's one of the things. I just changed my mind about what I want my health to look like. Also, I just have not been achieving my exercise goals, as well as my friend Hannah, who's already vegan. You people could say it's genetics, they could say it's other things. I honestly believe that her being vegan is part of the reason. So how I've been doing this, I first started by giving up eggs, not with the intention of being vegan, but I just figured, I'm just tired of eggs because I just keep getting bad batches. I mean, my grandma, she bought what she called cheap eggs, and they were a bad batch, and they tasted disgusting. My host family one time just got a bad batch, and the eggs tasted disgusting. I also should just not be eating raw eggs, because I would eat raw eggs in Korea and Japan. Now, as for in terms of how I've been doing this is after giving up egg, I watched 3 documentaries, 2 recommended to me by my friend Hannah. I watched Game Changers and Cowspiracy, and I also watched Without. Really good documentaries, very informative, and definitely things I recommend you to watch if you want to transition into going vegan. I also am reading Megan Bowen, aka Chonna Miguk Saram, this book. I forgot the name of the book. I think it's Fit and Fab for Life, and I bought it, and it's actually really good. It has also some really decent recipes in it that I want to try, and it also has some good information about how she got to be her healthiest, like the fact that she loves carbs and that avoiding carbs is bad for you, that you should eat a lot more of them, in fact. And some people, I know that they'll say that it's bad because, no vitamin B12, even though animals are actually given vitamin B12 supplements, and because of the poor condition of soil nowadays, there's not as much vitamin B12 anyway. So why don't we just take it for ourselves? Because apparently even meat eaters are vitamin B12 deficient. And after watching those videos, I decided, okay, I'm gonna make this, actively try to work towards this, but slowly, because changing your lifestyle is not easy. And the thing is, if you just give it up all at once, it'll be harder than if you give it up step by step. So I gave up fruit snacks, and I was like, I'm not eating them anymore because the gelatin is made from the hooves of horses, cattle, or pigs, and I'm not going to. And my grandma and I gave up pork about 2 to 3 weeks ago because I told her about this. She's pre-diabetic, and I told her about this commercial about pre-diabetic and not eating bacon, and then she decided, okay. She liked it, but the thing is, she's like, we can live without it. So no more pork, no more ribs. No more ribs, no more bacon. My sole purpose of eating sandwiches in South Korea or from McDonald's was because they had bacon on them. No other reason. And next thing that I'm going to give up tomorrow is, I gave up a couple of days ago cheese. When I have my menstrual cycle, I get really sick when I eat cheese. Also, sometimes when I eat milk products, I seem to get, my stomach it gets bloated and I get sick. So obviously I have some lactose intolerance apparently. So I bought some chocolate yesterday because I don't like dark chocolate, so that's not going to happen for me unless I can acquire a taste for it. But I'm going to slowly, now after I finish eating the white chocolate, yes, I know it's not real chocolate, but I don't care, it tastes delicious. After I give up white chocolate and milk chocolate, which is real chocolate, and Werther's Original, which is my favorite candy of all time, I am going to no longer consume any milk products whatsoever if possible. Yeah, that includes sour cream, because I know sour cream has milk in it. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going with that. I'm gonna eventually give tomorrow I'm giving up beef sausages. This for good. So I ate one today, and I'm going to slowly give up chicken, and the last thing is fish. So that's pretty much my goal. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm just going to take it step by step, and definitely my deadline, not that I think I'm going to take this long, but my deadline is August of next year, or whenever I go back to Korea or Japan, whichever comes first. But that's my deadline. I don't want to be eating any more of that stuff by the time I go back. So now, why? Now you guys know I'm doing this, but like here's the thing. I know that if I just be, now some people say like being vegan is not the most healthy diet in the world, and I know that, but here's what makes it unhealthy: when you eat nothing but processed junk. So I'm not in the business of just giving up animal products. I'm also planning on slowly giving up other processed things like Oreos and chips. I probably would still eat, but very rarely, and other things, because yeah, those things taste good, but they're not healthy. And when I eat sweets or things like that, I want to eat things that are actually much better for you compared to just eating super highly processed junk like chips and Oreos. So yeah, at some point I plan on my Oreo days being gone, because processed food is also not really that good for the planet, and that is why people stop being vegan sometimes too, because why am I getting cancer or heart disease or all this other junk, but I went vegan and it's supposed to be a healthy diet, yet person says yet they eat lots of veggie burgers and vegan cheeses, things that are not really good for them. Just because it's vegan does not mean it's good, okay? For you. It may taste good, but you shouldn't necessarily eat everything that tastes good, right? So I want to also do that to be healthier, and that's why I hate mukbangs, honestly, is because mukbangs promote picking out culture, something I really hate, and that's why, and also promote, people are always eating processed foods. That's why I chose sausage and chips. I chose one vegan option and one non-vegan option. Both not good for each other. And maybe you could say one is better than the other, but still, if I just ate chips every day forever, I don't think that I'd be any better off than if I just kept eating sausages every day forever. And those beef sausages, you know, they obviously have carcinogens and a bunch of other stuff in that, and that's why I really am against the idea of people just pigging out on camera, just eating a whole bunch of food. I'm not trying to shame people and say like, oh, you should only eat a certain amount of food. That's not the thing, but it's just gross for me seeing people just stock up and fill up on just highly processed junk. And the thing that's annoying is, I forgot the name of the guy who's a really popular mukbang YouTuber in the US, but he would complain about being fat and gaining weight, yet he was eating gobs and gobs of unhealthy food. You can't complain about your numbers increasing, saying if the amount of food that's really unhealthy for you is skyrocketing. So I think that as in this country, we really need to take our health more seriously, and people need to be more aware of what they're putting in their body. It's because one of the things that my other goal is, I really don't want to put any money towards big pharma in this country. Yeah, my goal is definitely not to stay here anyway, but big pharma is making big bucks off of us being sick. So I think that I need the best thing I can do is be my own advocate and make sure when I have children and I get married that my family is also vegan, because I don't want us to be getting diseases that are totally preventable and totally not worth getting, or have to go on any medications like that. So that's really just all that I wanted to say regarding that goal, and that's really all that I have for you guys with that. But if you guys are vegan, please feel free to give me any tips. It's not like I'm there yet, and I'm still transitioning. Please give me, especially things regarding exercise. If you have any vegan YouTubers that you like, or any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. I'd also love to hear anything that would, about your own vegan journey, if you have any. So please comment down below and, show me some love, show me some support. I'm not trying to going out here trying to change everybody. I just really want to change myself first, and then see what I can and go from there, because this is something that I've been thinking about for a while. But I feel like the pandemic has been a really good time for me to really focus on making this change, and among other things for myself. So bye critics. 失礼します